Hi doll people, welcome to a lazy Sunday doll talk. Yeah, I'm just gonna ramble. I'm rambling because I believe like a week or so, maybe like 3 or 4 weeks ago, probably at the beginning of February, I'm not sure, I put my Dollstown 18-year body up for sale, and I decided against it because my Supia doll, John head, I can't think of any other body to put it on except for this body. So I ended up I was gonna keep the head anyway, but I ended up keeping the body and everything, and I decided that I would figure out who she was again. Yesterday I was sewing and I made a bomber jacket that actually took all day. I woke up and I was like, oh, I'm gonna sew some more. I drew up the pattern first and then cut out the pieces, and then I decided to take a nap. Took a nap and then I woke back up and I was like, I'm gonna make the jacket now. I'm actually gonna construct it because I had already cut out the pieces. I was supposed to be making that jacket for Rex. However, I made it too small. It's just common, I do that all the time. There are two mistakes that I make constantly when sewing. One, I make something too big or too small, or I actually have this habit of doing this thing where when I'm making the bodice to a dress, I'll have all of the fabric folded so I won't have to cut out 3 pieces in total with the front panel and then the 2 in the back. I cut out just 2 and cut the 2 that's supposed to be in the back for the fastening. I cut it in half. Problem with that is one side of the back half will be backwards. I think I did it on this dress here. See what I mean? You probably can't, but this is the fabric. And then this half is the correct side outward and this half is inside out. It's a mistake I make so often to the point where I don't even care anymore. Like now I've incorporated it into a design. Anyway, with this bomber jacket, I made it too small. It fits on Rex, but it fits so snug, he would have to wear it with a tank. So I figured, well, maybe I could put it on this 18-year body. After putting it on the 18-year body and adding a few other pieces to the body to create a full outfit, I added a few pieces that I made to create this full outfit and like this funky style. I was like, okay, this is a nice style. And I posted the bomber jacket on Instagram and just considered it to be for that body. It inspired me to paint the face. So I painted the head, Supia John head, and she turned out to be a full person. This is her. Now this wig is old. I made this wig when she was Tara at one point. These are her stockings and socks and boots from when she was Tara. You probably can't see that. But I made the skirt and I made the bomber jacket, and the shirt was a gift, or I think I got it in a trade. After painting her and everything last night and hanging out with her, trying to figure out who she was and what her name was. Her name is Eve, or Evie. My husband helped me come up with that name, and it just fits. Now Evie, she's a doll collector too. She's a doll collector, she's an artist, and Evie is strongly connected to my twins, Jory and Jorah. This is Jorah, this is Jorah, and then this is Jory. He's the albino twin. Evie is their caregiver. She's not their mother, but she's close enough that she feels very deeply for them. Evie's in school. Evie's trying to make her own art thing happen, but if the two of them call her, she's there. She cares a great deal about these two. Now these two's parents are quite involved with them, but their parents are just very busy. So Evie was like the babysitter, and as Evie got older and spending so much time with them, she's just become attached to the two of them. I like Evie. I love her style. I'm really excited. Oh God, was her wig in her face the whole time? You couldn't see her. Yeah, that's Evie. So when I was painting Evie last night, I was kind of thinking I would move further to what she used to look like way in the beginning when I first got her. That first face up that she had was a face up from the person that I bought her from. I don't know who that was, but it wasn't my face up. So I just enjoyed it because it was so soft. And at the time, that wasn't really my high point when it came to face-ups, doing something that was quite delicate. I've learned how to do it now, and I've just learned that if you're gonna do something delicate, you need to use predominantly pastels and not so much of your acrylics. So it's just like finding that balance. So I figured that out now. So when I was painting her last night, I decided to do something like that. Basically what I wanted to kind of do was redo the first face up my style. And I think I executed that pretty nicely. I even put the eyes that was in her when I first was starting to play with her as Tara back in her head and everything. And I feel like that face up that I first had on the Sukiya doll head fit the face the best. Other face up that I did do on Tara, it worked perfect for that character and everything. But as far as the face goes, I think that this face is so defined and delicate that the face up needs to be so harsh. Yeah, that's kind of just what I was going for. And I love the way she's turned out. She's got so much more personality than she ever had before, even when she was Tara. And it actually has kind of plunged me forward into thinking of her universe. Like, I know that she's a Libra. I know that she's an artist. I know that she adores Jorah and Jory. Those are her babies. Those are her unofficial babies. And they even photograph well together. Like, I was in here just like putting them in poses, and she's photographed so much better. Oh, with her photographing better, I find that through the last month, because February is when I was really thinking of what she might be. There was a couple of stories that I was throwing around in my head. Throughout spending time with her being blank, I've gotten to know the body a bit better. When I was first playing with her as Tara, this is crazy because she's not even a new doll. You think I would have figured this out then. But when I was playing with her as Tara, the character demanded structure. So I wanted her to stand a specific way, and I wanted her to just be a specific way. So there was no like room for freedom and play. But with Tara being a finished character and her not being Tara anymore, and just playing with her and seeing what happens, I fall in love with the Dollstown body even more. It doesn't stand well. That's always been my ploy, that the body just doesn't stand all that well. However, I have been able to really get her to stand in some phenomenal poses with Jory and Jorah. So the body, I can't say the body doesn't stand. It stands. It just doesn't stand as solidly as Rex. Or I could just plop my baby Delphs down in pretty much any pose and they'll stand in it. I mean, you don't really have to try to make baby Delphs stand. I don't have to try to make any of my April House dolls stand. I don't even have to try any of my Fairyland dolls. I don't even have to try to make them stand. They just stand. All of the BJDs that I've had up to the Dollstown body, I never really had that issue of making them stand. But with this body, you've kind of got, it's finicky. One moment it'll stand perfectly, and it'll stand perfectly for like 20 minutes, and then it'll twist and flip over. But yeah, I've gotten to know the doll a lot better, and I think what I was craving when it came to the Sukiya head and the Dollstown body mix being together, I wanted the doll to be something so structured and so rigid. But honestly, I think the body and the doll head has been craving to be not loose, I guess. I don't want to call anybody loose, but just kind of to go with the flow, like funky and, artsy and free. That's what this character is, and she's even a doll collector. I love that she's a doll collector. But now that this character is that, it's so much easier playing with the body now. Like, I don't mind the body doing weird things when it's standing, as long as it doesn't fall over, because somehow it just fits, because she's an eccentric kind of character, so that makes me happy. But yeah, and I love the way she's dressed. I'm gonna have to take photos and like include those photos in there. So that's Eve. and Eve is gonna be a lot of fun. Finally creating Eve, I feel like it really kind of makes me want to incorporate all three of these dolls into something and come up with something that they're doing together. It just feels right, you know what I mean? So yeah, that was me and my little rambles about this kid. I'm so happy. Oh my god, I'm so happy with her. I'm gonna probably have to put some putty on her wig so it can start wiggling around everywhere. But that's this girl, and this is Jory and Shora. So these are my little kiddos I'm gonna try and put into a story. Maybe the next video could probably be, maybe we'll do a story time or something like that. What else do I need to tell you guys? Oh, yeah, things are being moved around. Felicity is no more. I've sold her off and I ship her out next week. And Felicity's body went to Ray. That means her old body isn't being used. This is her body. So, yeah, I'm not gonna use this body. It's a really good body. In fact, I never disliked the body. I really didn't. I never disliked the body. I love this body, as a matter of fact. I love all of the restrictions that come with the body too. This body doesn't pose nearly as well as minifee bodies. It's kind of like the same thing with toddler dolls. The restriction of the articulation makes the doll more lovable in a way. My on this body just felt lovable and huggable and cute and sweet and sassy. But Ray isn't all those things. She's all those things and then some. So the minifee body fits her a lot better because like she can do a lot more. But I say all that because I'm selling this body and I'm selling it super cheap. Put it up on Facebook for $50. So if you want this body for 50 bucks, hit me up. Yeah, I can't find her paperwork. So I was selling her for super cheap, 50 bucks. And she also has damages. Probably can't see it on the camera right now. But Unoa have these little notch things here so that they sit and they stay in a sitting position without falling backwards. She was always being sat down and picked back up and sat down and picked back up because I play with my dolls. So she's got two little like chips in her ass cheeks. So, but you wouldn't be able to see that. And she still functions the same way she did when there weren't any chips. So if anybody wants this body, super cheap, you can have it. 50 bucks, super cheap. I'm not trying to rob anybody over a body that doesn't even have a head. I think that's it. At this point, I'm just rambling. So you guys have a wonderful day and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.